Hi there. So I got a new house snake, and I thought I'd show people the new house snake. The reason I'm doing this video live is I wanted it to be a less stressful video on editing. The last one I put up about how I made the vivarium took me about 10 hours to edit, so I wanted to do something that was a bit quicker. So this is it. I've got it downstairs in a box on its own for now for quarantine, but I'll get into why I've quarantined it in a bit. I don't have any more spare permanent hides at the moment, so I've just got it in some old boxes. My wife made a joke that this is a taco box, so we should call the snake Taco. Hopefully that name won't stick. So here is the snake. It's an albino African house snake, but I don't know what type of albino it is. The ones upstairs that I have are apparently T-negative albinos, which means they don't have tyrosinase, one of the key enzymes in the albino, or in the pigment making pathway, and they don't have that. Whereas the T positive, they're albino, but they do have that. So I'm not sure which one this is. They're apparently you can tell from their eyes. I believe the T positives have black eyes and the T negatives have red eyes, but when you shine light on their eyes, their pupils constrict, so you can't actually see either way, which is a bit frustrating. I've sent a message to my friend Erik Patterson, who's kind of like the house snake guru in the UK. He even wrote a book on it, which I bought at one point, but I left in South Africa. Anyway, so I've asked him, but he hasn't gotten back to me yet. So the reason I got the snake is partly because I was looking for more snakes, partly because it was at a good deal, partly because I thought it was a male. So when I checked his tail in the shop, it looked like a male. How you usually tell is if the tail kind of tapers off quickly, then it's a female, and if it bulges, then it's usually a male. And this one kind of looks like it bulges, but I forgot that in house snakes you can really tell if it's a male. It usually has like a massive bulge. So in the shop I thought, oh, great, male, and then on the way home I thought about it a bit more and I realized that actually it's probably a female. And I've checked it against the ones that I have upstairs, and this one looks the same as that, so I just assume that it's a female for now, and I'll just work on that assumption for now. So the reason that this snake was at a good deal was that the pet shop I got it from was closing down. I'm not going to name the pet shop. I don't want to do naming and shaming and stuff, although you could probably figure it out if you look at my Instagram. But the pet shop was closing down, so we went over and we had a look, and apparently they're closing down because of health reasons. I believe the owner, he has had an operation that didn't go well, and he's having to close for health reasons. And when I went in there, we were quite shocked because the place, it was smelly in there. It smelled like ammonia, and then we walked to the back, and it smelled very strongly of dead snakes. And I looked in there, and I actually found a dead reticulated python, and we could smell at least one or two other ones that had also died. So one's immediate reaction is to think, oh man, that's disgusting, and get all angry at them, but I think they were doing the right thing. I think because of the health issues, they couldn't care for the snakes, and they were doing the thing they should have done, which is to close down the shop, find better home for the snakes, sell them cheaper, not free, because if they're free, anyone could pick them up. So make them cheaper, which helps them recover some of their costs, and at the same time, it ensures that you get people that are actually serious about them. So yeah, I don't feel too angry at them for getting themselves in that situation. Like, you never know what happens with health situations and stuff like that. So I'm just glad that I was able to give this one a home. So I see it kind of as a rescue as well. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But anyway, because there was bad health conditions there, I'm definitely enforcing quarantine. I usually do anyway, but I definitely am with this one. When I got it back, I did see something on it that I thought might be a mite. So I will definitely keep an eye on it, which is why it's on paper. If it was a little bit less questionable, maybe I'd put it straight onto sawdust, but I'll keep it on the white paper so that I can see if there's mites lying on the white paper and everything. So with this female, I now have 3 albino house snakes, 3 female albino house snakes. Again, I don't know if this is the same type of albino as them. We'll have to see that. I believe the 2 types are allelic, but they are incompatible. So if you breed them together, you'll get one that looks completely normal, but then you can't like breed both together and they won't stack. I think they kind of cancel each other out, so they can only have one gene or the other. I believe that's the case. I don't think there's been like extensive research on it. So basically, if this is different to the others and I manage to get a male with the genes, then with one of them it'll produce albinos and the other one will produce normal looking ones. Yeah, so the genetics is quite interesting. This one is, I would say, is maybe a year away from breeding size. The ones that I have upstairs, I think if I had a male ready to go, I would probably breed them, but I don't have a male yet. I have a small normal looking male, but he's too small at the moment. So maybe next year they'll be ready and I'll see if they want to breed. Well, that's pretty much everything that I was going to talk about. I don't see any questions popping or anything. There's a few people on the live stream. Do you guys have any questions before we go? One of the things that I mentioned on one of the groups that I chat about snakes, I was like, I've got another house snake. And then someone was trying to troll me and they said, just another snake. And they're trying to get me to get all angry about it, but I didn't take the bait. I love these guys. The house snakes really remind me of when I used to live in Africa as a kid, and we would just go out, flip some rocks, and we'd find them. Obviously, we wouldn't find albinos, but it still has quite a lot of nostalgic effect for me. Alright, it doesn't look like there's any questions, so that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys.